What's up everyone? Welcome to another video. In this video, I will replace the rocker arm oil control valve in a 2014 Chevy Impala with the 2.5 liter engine. But this is also good for the 14 and 15 Impala and Malibu with the 2.5 liter engine. So the check engine light is on and I'm getting code P2646. This is a common issue with this vehicle. So much so that in 2020, GM released a Bulletin, which I will link in the video description, and they were replacing these for free in the 2014 Impala and Malibu, but it was limited to 10 years or 120,000 miles, and we're past that now, so we're on our own. So let's open the hood and get this party started. First, remove the air intake tube. You could remove one clamp and leave it partially connected and bend it around and work around it, but I'm going to remove both clamps and get it out of here so we have some room. You can use an 8mm socket or a flathead screwdriver. So loosen the clamps, slide the ends off of the air filter box and the plenum, remove it and set it aside. Next, remove the plastic engine cover. There are a quantity of 3 T30 Torx bolts. Remove the bolts and set them aside. And remove the oil cap, which also holds down the cover. Pull the cover up and off, and reinstall the oil cap so no debris gets in there. And here's the oil control valve. To access it, we need to get this plenum out of the way. First, remove this bolt with a 10mm socket. With that bolt removed, the plenum is partially released. Next, there's a hose connected to the plenum. It connects to the back of the engine here, and also splits off and connects to the back of the engine here as well, which we will disconnect. And last, it's also connected to a hose here, and there is a hose clamp if you want to disconnect it, but we're going to leave it connected and work around it. To disconnect this hose, push the lever up to release it, then push the connector off. And it's the same story at the other location. Push the lever over to release it, and push the connector off. Push the connectors all the way off of the barbs, so they're clear, then lift the plenum up. And I'm just going to use the screwdriver like a little kickstand to hold it up. And here's the valve. And notice that there's the male stud on top of the engine that pushes into a female grommet on the plenum as an attachment point. Next, it's time to disconnect the electrical connector. Push the red safety tab back, then press and hold the button down and slide it off, and tuck it out of the way. And I also tucked this harness out of the way because it's covering one of the bolts on the back of the valve. And finally, there are 3 bolts on the back of the valve. 1, 2, and 3. And use a 10mm socket to remove them. They are long bolts, so it'll take a while. And then the valve is free to remove. Going back to the special coverage document, if these components are missing, the camshaft cover also has to be replaced. But thankfully, mine are intact, so I'm just replacing the valve. And here's the replacement valve. I usually always go with OEM AC Delco parts, especially for electronics. But the dealership wanted over $200 for it. Yikes! But this Dorman one was only $80, and it's the one that's carried at AutoZone and Napa and such, and it has good reviews, so I decided to try to save some money. Set the new valve into place, and get the new bolt started. The long bolt goes in the center, and the 2 shorter bolts go on the sides. I will point out that the new bolts have rubber grommets on them, where the old bolts do not. It'll get pressed into the housing and compressed when you tighten the bolts. So, just insert the bolts and tighten them down, and the grommets will take care of themselves. Then torque them to 89 inch-pounds. Reconnect the electrical connector by pushing it in until it clicks, then pushing in the red safety tab to secure it. And put this wire back where it was. And drop the plenum back down. Now it's time to reconnect these hoses to the back of the engine. This one was easy, but the other was a little more challenging. Carefully push them straight on, without breaking anything, until they click into place. Then push the plenum back onto that stud, and reinstall this bolt with a 10mm socket. Remove the oil cap, reinstall the engine cover, reinstall the oil cap, and tighten down the 3 T30 Torx screws. And last is reinstalling the intake tube. Make sure to seat the tab on the tube with the slot in the airbox and the plenum, and rotate the hose clamps to the end of the slots, and tighten them down. And that takes care of the installation. Next, let's get rid of this check engine light. I personally erased the codes with the scanner, which turned off the check engine light, or you could disconnect your battery for a minute to clear the codes and turn off the check engine light. But it'll turn back on if the problem's not fixed. And that gets us through it. I did this 3 months ago, and the check engine light is still off, so we're good to go. As always, I hope you found this helpful. Subscribe for more how-to and review videos. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.